I just woke up from dreaming and I'm gonna show you. Well, I'll show you Boom and Rip. Hey, Boom.
What, Jay? Yeah, I know.
What is Rip? Hey, hey, Rip.
Hey, Rip, you little baby dog. Hey, Rip.
Hey, Rip.
Well, that.
Yeah. That's Bonnie.
Well, let me get Goldie.
I think I got her. But, you know, I just woke up dreaming about Bob Dylan at the airport. My dog Rip. Right? Look, she's over there still with her feet sticking up in the air. I don't know. Can't really zoom in with the front camera. But look, yeah, it's working. All right, yeah, but it's the second time now. I've had a dream that was actually one of my dog's dreams. I dreamed before that, like my dreams got merged with Boomer's dreams once. Looking at things, through Boomer's eyes. And this morning, I was dreaming through Ripley's eyes. It's kind of really strange because I realized, okay, Ripley, got her elbow blown off, and well, she still uses that leg. I never had it amputated. I talked a little bit about her before, and she makes do with it and stuff. But in my dream, it was like I don't know the way I can describe it, because of course it's a dream. I'm just gonna use the word it's shown to me. Like, that seems a little bit presumptive. Like I don't really know if anything was shown to me or where these things come from. But in my dream, it was like as easy as opening a drawer and putting on a different pair of clothes to get rid of her blown off elbow. So I don't know where that kind of thought comes from. Not anything I've been really thinking about. I think some things just kind of arise out of the depths of subconscious, what we call it, or consciousness, maybe. As in a bigger field of consciousness. But anyway, yeah, kind of dreaming like I was Ripley, and I'm looking at her, legs sticking up in the air. But I was dreaming about Boomer before. I dreamed like I was watching him play with a kitty cat, but it's kind of different though. It was almost he was sleeping with his head on my chest, and that's when I had the dream. It's kind of like I was looking through his eyes, playing with a little cat. Like, he's a big dog. I mean, one time the chickens got out and he had a chicken in his mouth. He was just carrying it like a little stuffed animal. The chicken was playing like it was dead. But the chicken lived after that, but it did die a couple days later. I don't know what happened to it, but nature is hard. The wild. It's Darwin, survival of the fittest. That seems kind of cruel, but a lot of times that's the way it is. I know some of the spiritual thinkers of the day think Darwin's theories were like a scourge upon society. I don't know. Look, there's a song, I was gonna look it up, called Superstition. I'm gonna look it up and listen to it. I can't remember. I know it used to be popular. And, but, I remember when I was a kid, we used to differentiate between what was superstitious and what was not. And being superstitious or not being superstitious. And the merits of superstition. Or the liabilities of superstition. Well, if you wake up and you contemplate your dreams, that might fall into the category of superstition. I don't think so. Not really. But I could see it that way. Oh, dreaming about Bob Dylan. I mean, I don't know why I would be dreaming about Bob Dylan at the airport. Unless he's planning on taking a trip. He is pretty old. But, there comes a time for everybody to take the ride. But you see, the thing is, we live in time-space, and there's only a construct for our immediate experience. It's kind of weird to think that a decision just like opening and shutting a drawer, let's say in non-time space, generates 100 years in time space. There's a lot of that kind of stuff for consideration, even black holes. I mean, and things called like the event horizon and stuff like that. And they explain this kind of stuff that at certain places they know time space it does not factor in. Last time I was talking a little bit about factors and dynamics and such, but time space doesn't factor in into some planes of experience. Anyway, then seeing, as soon as I grabbed my phone to look and see what time it was when I got up, and I heard a truck roll up, and a big old fire truck stopped right in front of my house. Well, I say house. It's a double-wide mobile home with a 5-car garage. Different building, I can't call it a house. It's not a house. It's a double-wide mobile home. But it's my house. I can refer to it as a house. I try to refer to it as home. I mean, I've been upkeeping it, I got a metal roof on it now. Metal roof's gonna last the rest of my lifetime. The metal is, so long as I keep it clean. So long as no tree falls on top of it. But, and the other thing I was thinking about was a chair. I'm gonna put this on pause for a second. Well, I had to clip my fingernails and take a drink of last night's beer. And, I'm not talking about superstition. Last few days I haven't even really actually practice my guitar, and you know, and plus I've been smoking this vape. It's, and then I get these messages. I don't know. I guess based on some of the stuff that I watch, you know, they think that some of these messages will appeal to me, and they come from they come from China. You know, I look at the primary sources. I look at the transcript, and it's written in Chinese. Well, the Chinese got a pretty good handle on Western mythology, that's for dang sure. Yeah, it's coming from the angel. The angel says, you know, the angel, the archangel, Michael. And yesterday, they were even, listen to this one, you know, they're talking about, you know, Jesus and the archangel. Well, you know, sometimes they'll say something like, you know, like, you're gonna, like, inherit $1 million, or, or, if you don't stop doing what you're doing, you know, you're gonna die, or, and, this is no joke, they say, and if you, accept this blessing, type in the numbers 333, or 666, or 999, or Mark of the Beast actually is 666. Anyway, that comes on the Book of Revelation. Well, look, I don't give any kind of credence to stuff like that, because you don't have to be a very, very smart person to understand that these messages go out to, you know, millions of people. I don't know what the world population is, but the internet covers most of the world of people anyway. And so, you know, yeah, they're gonna get some hits, they're gonna get some likes, they're gonna get some people typing in amen. But it ain't gonna be me. It's funny, you know, some people actually believe, you know, that they won't get the blessing unless they type in the amen. Type amen if you feel this, all right? Like in church, you know, if you feel what I'm saying, shout out amen, you know. In church, you used to have people yelling out, amen, brother, like that, you know, or amen, sister, like that, you know. Yeah, the Rolling Stones, sometimes I see on YouTube, you know, it's an old video when the Rolling Stones were young. They don't look anything like that anymore. Now they're all old guys, but it's cool to watch. I like seeing them old and young. You know, Mick Jagger singing about the, you know, the minister on the radio from the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Saying if you send me $10, I'll put your prayer on the radio, and we'll pray for you, and you'll receive your blessing, or something like that. You know, it's a real good song. I don't remember the name of it or nothing. But you know, the Rolling Stones, you know, they sung, you know, they sung a good song about, you know, the devil, you know, don't you know my name, or something like that. Anyway, that's a good song. And then there's one about, you know, a guy I don't know if it was one about a girl with faraway eyes, or if that was what it was about, but the Blessed Heart of Jesus was in it, or not. But anyway, you know, that being said, so I just woke up, and as I was waking up, you know, I don't know if it was in my dream or if it was in my waking consciousness. I thought about the chair, Steve's chair, his chair. His mom rocked him on when he was a baby, and then his grandmother rocked his mom or dad. Like, I don't know which side of the family tree the chair came down, but it goes back several generations. And you know, I gathered all his stuff up, you know, for his request. You know, his picture books and everything, and stuff of sentimental value. And he asked me to do it, and I did it. And I was, you know, he was in either in Japan or on a cruise ship where he does his magic work, and his job, you know. And you know, he goes all over the world, you know. When I was on Facebook, I used to be able to see kind of, he put out posts, you know, where, you know, what he was doing and stuff, where he was. You know, he's a man of the world. But when I woke up, I was thinking about his mom's rocking chair. It's a very nice rocking chair. I have it in a closet, protected, and I've had it in there ever since I put it in there for safekeeping. I already gave him back all his picture books because he came here and one time, you know, when he was visiting, doing a show in Orlando and stuff, and I gave him that, but he couldn't take everything. Take all his picture books. And I was thinking, why? All of a sudden I'm thinking about that. Well, I opened up that closet yesterday because I was looking for my impact driver, so I could replace the blades on my lawnmower. And I had to look for the key. I had a hard time finding the keys to that closet because I got 3 exterior locks. No, I got 2 exterior padlocks, and I got a deadbolt in that closet. That's where I keep my router for my internet and stuff, and I keep that locked. Yeah, I'm not the trusting type, not anymore. Anyway, so, you know, I don't know if this thought came to me at the tail end of my dream, or as I was waking. And the question is, you know, why? You know, it could be just because I opened up that closet door. I didn't let spirit out or nothing like that. Well, maybe I did. The spirit can go through walls. I'm just joking. If there is such a thing, hopefully there is. I'm just saying, you know, the world in which we live is a mystery. You don't have to be ashamed or feel any kind of guilt because you acknowledge it as such. That's part of the pleasure. Well, so basically, and then the fire truck coming out in the truck after I had that incident response center situation on my phone yesterday, and now today, a big old fire truck stopped right outside my, right like right across from me. Okay, it stopped. Big long one. It stayed there a while and then left. Went down the road and turned around and come back down this way. I don't know why. But you see, things happen and you wonder why. Like, is it coincidence? Is it just random events? Or is it a little bit more spooky? Does it have to do with the unseen? The unseen world, which is really driving everything that we experience. Yeah. All I know is when it comes time to put your hand to the plow, you better have your belt on. And you better have your sleeves rolled up. And you better be ready to be pushing, helping that horse. Anyway, I just saying that the concept of having your head up your ass is, not paying attention to reality. What's actually like real at hand, and it being entertaining stuff that is not really so measurable. And it's based on the ethereal kind of platform. Well, my favorite book in the Bible is Ecclesiastes, because I don't know why. It just resonates with me a lot. I think I might talk about King Solomon a little bit more. Yeah. But I'm not going to take time in this to be a diversion. But in I think it's chapter 3. It says, a time and a place. It starts out, there's a time and a place for everything under the sun. Time to love, a time to hate, a time to starve, a time to feast. It goes through all the opposites of experience. Time for crying, a time for laughing. All the opposites. And a time and a season for everything under the sun. That's so touching to me. That even touching to me right now. I just the very concept kind of makes my bed soft. So I got a nice bed to flop on after school. Nice warm bed to go to sleep in on a cold night. Here in Florida, it don't really get too cold. I'm just thinking back to when I lived in Wisconsin. It was cold there. 8 months of winter, hard winter. I don't know if it's still like that during climate change now and everything like that, but it was when I was a kid. Hard winters. Like when I fell through the ice, okay, I was all wet. Of course, it is wintertime. I mean, the river was frozen. That's why I was walking across it, except for where I fell through. But I had to walk home, all wet and cold. There plenty of times, man. When I got home, man, I had frostbite, and I didn't know not to put myself in hot water. Jeez, talking about pain. Holy crap, man. If you ever get frozen, don't just run to the hot water. You want to experience some real severe pain. Alright, it's 24 minutes. Alright, well, now I got to get back on Facebook, or at least Facebook Messenger. That's how I used to correspond with Steve. And you know, I don't know, man. Maybe one of his kids could be having a baby or something. One of his girls. He's got 2 girls, and now it's time for him to take that chair, put it in the hands of whoever's having a baby first, right? It's a rocking chair for babies. So that's what I'm gonna call this entry here. The note, you know, a rocking chair for babies. That's Steve Marshall's chair, and I don't know why. Started thinking about that chair as soon as I woke up today, or if it wasn't waking up, as soon as I woke up, it was the tail end of my dream. And it's kind of, you know, spooky to think about the spiritual forces at work that surround us. Right? Yeah. Well, look, I don't keep my head in my ass. That's for damn sure. But I'm not gonna say it ain't real. You know, I just had one last thought. You know, when I was a kid, you know, I used to go to my Aunt Barb's house. You know, me and my mom and my brother, and spend time there, different occasions and stuff like that. And my oldest cousin Tina, on my Aunt Barb and Uncle Jerry's side, you know, she led us in this elevation technique. And I had an uncle called Boomer, you know, like my dog. But he was a man, a big guy, talking like, you know, I'm talking about probably like, you know, 250 pounds or something. All right. And so we would, one person would be at the head, that would be Tina at the head. And then 2 people, one person on one side. Hush, dog, hush. Hush now. You don't behave. Good. Go on out there if you want to see. Go on. Hey. So one person on one side of the torso, one person on the other side of the torso, or hips or whatever. That's a garbage truck. And then one person at the feet, and then you go falling down a deep, deep well, and then you go to the bottom of the well. And now we will rise. 2 fingers. Everybody only had 2 fingers. Only using 2 fingers. On the sides, on the head, on the feet. And now we will rise. And we lifted Boomer up, man. We lifted Boomer up off the floor like, I don't know, man. At least like 1.5 feet in the air. You say it's impossible? Well, either I was under a very, very strong delusion, which I still remember the episode today, or it was real. I don't know. I'd like to contact my cousin Tina, and find out, but I'm not in touch with anybody anymore. Yeah, no, nothing. But the memory is still fixed. Yeah, we did that. You know, look, before my mom decided to move from Indiana to Wisconsin, I mean, you know, she used the Ouija board. In the name of the Lord, she used the Ouija board to get her guidance. Things work out, man, one way or the other. So time keeps rolling on. There's life after this, you know. I take my place in that. I'll be thinking about you. I'll be watching you. I'll be with you. All right. Bye.